Welcome back. So when something goes wrong on a global level, I want to show some kind of error message all the way in the top saying something like something went wrong and show the error to the user. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some kind of global error up here. Let's try and do that now. And I'm just going to add a hint here. And again, you guys can place this wherever you want. It's pretty much just placing an empty hint wherever you want. And we're going to say this is going to show from now on if there's actually an error, right? So we need a new error field inside our TS file for user create. And again, I'm going to add it as an input because I want people to be able to set an error from the outside. Add input. Now again, this might seem like a lot of work to just make this simple thing, but I'll show you later that it's valuable to do it. It'll create more value as we look into that later. So now we can set an error from the outside, and that of course can be empty or null, undefined, right? So this will only show if there's actually an error available, and all I want to show is actually the actual error. So I'll do something like this, error, like this, and then I can say an error occurred, but I don't care about that. Let's just write the actual error. Now we have that available so other people can send in an error from the outside. So all we pretty much have to do is find the component that uses this user create component, and that's our users component. And we can add another field in here called error, right? And then in here we can paste in that we want to find an error inside the TS code. Notice how these guys are working together. It's as you start using this enough, it gets simpler and simpler. It just makes sense in the end. So in here I need to have a new guy inside the users component. I need to have a new guy called string here. That's also an error. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say if an error happens, then just set that error equal to error dot, and then I think it's message. I think this is the one we're looking for, and of course I need this in front of it. And if everything goes honky-dory, then I'll just say this error equals null. So as soon as everything goes well, I'll just clear the error. But if something goes wrong, I'll add the error inside that hint now. Let's try and do this again. Writing my login. Yeah, but the error displays down here, and that's not quite what I want. And I think I know what the problem is. The MD hint tries to place itself on the closest component that we added it in, and then just place itself in the bottom of that component. We don't want that, so let's make just into a p tag instead. So what we're going to do is change the MD hint into a plain p tag. I'm not sure if that will actually destroy the look a bit, so let's also add to the style here. This is just how you can add style directly to a tag. Let's add one more thing, and that's going to be font size, and then here we're going to do a comma, and let's just say, I know it's 75% for the actual MD hint. So let's see if it doesn't look the same now for the two different errors. Let's try and go back and actually make the error again, just by changing that into actually p tag instead of an MD hint. MD hint is just a set of tags and classes built together anyway, so we can make our own. There we go. The email is already in use by another account. Ta-da! We have error handling for actual async errors or async validation now to our REST API service, right? So that's all we had to do. See you in the next lesson where we will actually work more with this user management system. Have fun.